Welcome, 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 my lovelies. Welcome back. Um, every time I say welcome, I just feel so pleased that I am starting another video for you guys to say hello. And always, as always, I hope you are feeling well. I have heard one or two of you living in different parts of the world, like northern Texas. Apparently you can fry eggs on the sidewalk at the moment, and people are staying indoors with their air conditioning. Unbelievable. I did write back to the lady. Sorry, I can't remember the name, but I did write. She's a regular, she's a family member, and I did write back to her to say how wimpish us English are when we moan about the hot day we're having. We don't know we're born. Anyway, so this next video, I have started the next video for the Art Deco house. Yay, you'll be glad to hear. But that is going to take some days to do because of one thing that I'm doing in it. It will physically take so many days to get together and produce, and it will all be edited obviously on a short video, but that's going to be a little while before that actually appears, because of the time it's going to take. Cheers. Not bad, though I made it myself. Yes, John Boy is out visiting his mummy today, so he won't be home till later on. But that's fine. I've been managing to get on and do things. It's always a lot quieter when John Boy's not around, but and yes, sometimes I do miss him. No, I do miss him all the time. I can't wait till he gets home to hear all about his day. So this video, yes, I thought I would put this in. This video's, or to get to this point, has also taken a couple of weeks to get to it, to produce the items in the first place. So now I'm going to do a video on them and let you know what it is. So it's I'm going to show you the next collection that I've done of my miniature vases. They're completely different style, all of them, and this came about with our friend Charlie from Charlie's Magical Miniatures, who, by the way, is doing brilliantly. I would have told you in previous videos that apart from doing the Kensington Dollhouse fairs for 3 or 4 years, she's now got a permanent stand or stall or pitch at the Covent Garden market in London, which is absolutely mind-blowing. But she's just doing well every single weekend, which is brilliant. But of course we're in touch constantly, and she did mention to me she loved my vases and what I'm doing and my work and stuff, but she also came up with an idea and said, have you ever thought about doing these before? And I had thought about doing this exact thing. I'd looked at images on Google and different places, because I just loved the style, and then I had just left it, and that was I suppose half a year has gone by, but Charlie mentioned it to me recently, and I thought that was a sign for me to have a go. So what I'm going to show you in my next collection, the style that I've done of the vases is called the Kintsugi style. Pronounced Kintsugi, but it's spelled Kintsugi. I'll probably put that up on the screen there, just so you know. And Kintsugi is a Japanese way of mending broken vases or broken ceramics and gluing them together. And it actually, the translation of Kintsugi simply mean, well, rough translation is joining with gold. There's another name for it which I've forgotten, which is similar but not quite, and it sort of means using gold or silver to fix pieces of ceramics together. So I've done a whole range of Kintsugi style vases. I call them Kintsugi style because they're miniatures, and I haven't actually smashed them up because they would break to nothing and it would take weeks to try and fix them all together. But I have done the style, so all the vases look as if they've been fixed together with the gold. So I'll just pause the video and I shall get you the gold that I'm talking about. Okay, so I will show you this little bottle. Half of it is the lid. It's actually only this size. It's barely the size of my thumbnail. And when you buy it, the liquid is almost sort of half full on that. It's very expensive. It's nothing like the normal glazes that you buy, where you buy big tubs or buckets of them. It's quite precious, really. They cost me a lot of money, but I bought one gold and one silver. And you use them extremely sparingly. So what I did, it's actually in the gold that you'll see on the vases. It's actual gold powder that's been put into a medium that, when fired, comes up as a solid gold glaze, which is what they use. But as I said, it's an expensive item. The vases are all they're a higher price, not hugely, but they're a bit higher priced than my usual vases. Reason being, apart from the fact that this is really expensive, and I don't want to be out of pocket, obviously. Apart from that, it's the way they're made. And I'll just tell you very briefly before I show you. The vases are thrown on the wheel as usual. They're left to dry as usual. Then I sand them and do whatever to shape them, just to refine them. Take these off for a minute. Oh, by the way, I'm sort of stingy-eyed at the moment. Yesterday and today I've had a touch of hay fever, but nothing to moan about. I just don't look my beautiful self. I can hear John Boy now, like 50 miles from here, saying, answering that question for me. Anyway, or that statement. So yes, so they're dried off first of all, then they're bisque fired, so they're fired overnight. Then when they've cooled down, they are then glazed with the choice of glaze that I used. So I've done different glazes. They look good, the gold, with the black or dark blue. So they're mainly that colour, but I have used other glazes as well, just to do a variation. And some of them I've mixed the glazes on the actual vase itself, like in different areas. And some of the vases I've mixed glazes together and put them on as a whole. So it just makes more and more of a variation. Attention to detail. So they're glazed then and refired again a second time at a certain temperature overnight. And then when that's all done, then the gold is used with a 40, I don't know if that's it, that's a 00, but anyway, a 40 brush. They're actually Japanese brushes, and I don't know, anyway, it doesn't matter which one it is, but there's only a few hairs on the brush, little Japanese brushes. And then I'm dipping this in, and it's obviously, like I say, a very fine brush. And then on the vases, I'm slowly drawing the lines where all the breakages would be. If you look on images, and look at real size pottery, ceramics that have been done. Anywhere there's breakages or bits missing, they fill them in with the gold. So it's not just straight lines, it's all very wavy, wobbly bits, or very, very organic. So I've tried my hardest, and I have to say I am extremely pleased with them, especially because of the time they've taken. But when you put the liquid on, it doesn't look gold, it just looks like a black ink, and on black vases you can hardly see where you're going. So it was a bit of a drama getting there. But you let that dry, and then you fire it a third time at a completely different temperature, but not a hotter temperature than the glaze before, otherwise the glaze that's underneath it would melt. So it's all very, very, very technical. But I've worked it all out, and I have got there, and eventually I have ended up with solid items. So I will show you them now. I'll just move my tea. Oh, let's take another sip of tea. I have to say, from my last, maybe it's my last video that I put on with the Jersey Girls parcel that she'd sent us, Deborah. So lovely, such a kind lady. I just want to say that both the boys, Nigel and Georgie, ended up playing like mad with their toys. And last night when we were off to bed, Georgie was running around like an idiot, like he was possessed, and he was throwing the tea bags about with all the catnip in and the little strawberries. So we had to gather everything up and hide it all before we could go to bed, otherwise this banging and whatever would be going on all night. We didn't want that. So so yes, they are absolutely loving their toys. And as you heard on the last video, Nigel's a very loud purrer, and every now and again we can hear him in the house as we're sitting there purring like mad, and we're finding him rubbing himself on one of the tea bags, the catnip tea bags. So absolutely brilliant idea, and thank you, Deborah. Right, okay, so I'll pause the video, I'll get this set up, and I can show you properly. Also, what I am going to tell you, which is very exciting about these vases, is I have already done this. So as you are watching this video now, I can tell you that all the vases that I'm showing you now are already on my new website, richminiatures.com. I'll put a link to that in the description box. Hopefully, if I remember. I usually forget and then have to go in and edit it after the video's been uploaded for a while, or I shall put it up on the screen as well. And doing this as I rewatch the video while I'm editing it, that will make me stop and type it up for you. But yes, these are all on my website now, for sale. So anyway, let's pause the video, get it set up and show you what we're up to. Okay, right, I'll leave those ones there till last and explain those at the end. Right, okay, so what I'll do is I'll just show you them. One of the main reasons I'm showing you them on a video is because even though in real life they're not as good when you see them on video, when people get the items, they always say they're much better, but they're certainly a bit better on video, I'm sure, than they are on my website, because I spent ages in different areas with different lighting, and I just could not get the reflection to stop on the gold. So a lot of the photos, it looks like the gold is missed out or it's blackened. So basically the photographs are pretty poor. They're not very professional. I could do with a professional photographer to help me. But anyway, so what I shall do is I'll show you them one at a time, and you can see, I don't know how I've come back a bit so it's not too out of focus. If I bring them up close, I think they yes, they go out of focus a bit. but this is just to show you where it would have all been broken, and it's been glued back together again. That's a nice contemporary shaped vase, very simple, that one. But it's got the gold. When I opened up the kiln, John Boy came with me, and we opened up the kiln, and as we opened the lid, even he said, wow. And as you know, he's not as animated as I am. He's much more somber person than me. But he was, he said he was well impressed, apparently. So here we have, this is a blue glaze. I love this glaze. It comes up, you're not going to see it properly in the video, I'm sure, but it's not solid. It comes up very mottled, sort of two different shades of blue. It's really nice shade. But anyway, that's and just the crazy lines of the gold really shiny on it. It's almost more or less mirror effect, which is brilliant. So again, they're all different different styles of vases, and then different colours of glaze and gold and what have you. I have a dozen, maybe 11 or so to show you. I have got more, but I haven't had time to put them all on my website. But I will do another video showing another batch of these. But altogether there's only 20 odd, so they are a limited edition basically. And I'm not sure, because of the time involved and how much work is involved, I'm not sure how many more I shall do in this collection. That's very pretty. That's a matte glaze as opposed to the black shiny glaze. So I've got two different blacks going on there as well. But hopefully you'll be able to recognise these when you see them now on the video. You'll recognise them if you want to go into the website and have a look. But if you go into the website, I just would like you to give me your opinion of it. If you think it's professional looking enough. Let me just put something here to stop this from moving. I'll put a paint pot here. Hopefully that will help it from moving anymore. There we are. That's okay. Sorry you can't see me properly as well, but I'd rather you saw the vases. And these are more like a bowl shape. That's a different coloured glaze again. It's a sort of bluey grey glaze. It's a really nice shade. But that's very organic on the top there. It's not perfect, as hopefully you can see. I've done it so it's sort of more organic, like the kind that I like. And that one I've done some cracks on the inside where the glazes, where the bowl's been put together and then marked on the inside. If you can see the inside of the vessel very well, then it would show on the inside as well. But these definitely aren't showing them up to be what they actually look like in real life. But we shall make do. This one has got the very broken edge again, where it sort of looks like it's exploded. That I got from my chaos range when I did what I called my chaos range, because they looked just in chaos. But I love that kind of effect. But that's another matte black with the gold markings. This is probably the most unprofessional way to show these, but you know me. Just down to earth and unprofessional, unpretentious. Just me. Which is how I like to be. There we are. That's a shiny black glaze there, and again, it's better looking at it from the top. There's a deep purple or shades of purple run into the ridges there, but the vase is sort of swirly around the top there. which I did when it was obviously very wet and in the last sort of turn, just to get that shape instantly. Like I say, a lot of these I just squish up and throw away because they don't sit just right, but that's one that has, and it's got the gold around the outside there. Fantastic. This one, this is tiny. All the measurements as well on the website, the height and the width. Obviously some of them, you know, I suppose like this one, I've put the full width of the top of the vase, and even that, because it's shaped irregularly, one part will be wider than another. So the measurements on some of the vases aren't exact, if you know what I mean, and I haven't done the centre of them, because some people might want to know the overall width. But anyway, the ones that are basically shaped all the same all over, then we know the exact height and the width of them. But there's, I'm bound to drop one of these in a minute, but I've got lots of tissue here. If they fall, they'll just land on the tissue. But that was a brilliant white glaze that I used, and that's got the cracks on the outside, and I've done markings on the inside as well. So I think the gold and white looks quite good too. There's another, oh here's a, I've done this one in a bright yellow with the gold. That looks lovely as well. A lot of the glazes that I had, it just wouldn't have looked nice with the gold. Which, when they're doing this in real life, Kintsugi, they obviously haven't chosen the item or the glaze. It's just whatever item is broken, they can do this to fix them. But it's really the Japanese way. It's just to they celebrate the journey of the ceramic itself. So if it's been broken, then they show the repairs on it instead of trying to make it invisible and pretend that it hasn't been broken. They celebrate the fact that the pottery has been damaged, and then they showing the marks, the joins. They're celebrating what's happened to it. There's another one with the top there, all blown out again. That's a nice, that's a mottled shade, cloudy blue. It's sort of light and dark areas of the blue. That's, none of it's in focus, I'm sorry. But that's a lovely colour. Really do like that. Put that one there. And there's two more in this range. I'll show you this one. So it's a bowl. There's some markings on the inside there, and then marks on the outside. The good thing about seeing it like this on video, if any of you lovely people do purchase one, then when you actually see it like I am in real life, you'll see it at its fullest. So it will always be a nice surprise when you actually get it, which will be really good. This one is very organic. I don't know, I've really pushed this one around before it set to dry. As you can see, it's very asymmetric, or asymmetric, and it dips down at one side. So it depends. Ones like this, it just depends how you pose it in your room setting as to what you're looking in and seeing. But I've done the white lining on the inside, white glaze, and then covered it in the gold joins. Because you can't see the gold when you're putting it on, it is a dark liquid, but it's, especially on the black, it just disappears. So I haven't got exactly light lines in the inside, don't exactly match up with lines on the outside. You don't see that when you just see it as a piece sitting there. I didn't get that anal about it. I just look, that's when you see it from there, the vase comes down and opens out there. Right, that's the Kintsugi style, with all the cracks all fixed together. And then what I have done is, just for fun, I've got 4 here that I tried. 1 is in the gold and 3 have the silver on them. I haven't done them in the Kintsugi style. I've just done the silver or the gold as part of the vase itself, so it's just part of the decoration. So we've got the shaded blue there, the mottled blue shade, and then a deep gloss shade inside, glaze inside, and then the around the edge underneath there, all the way around, I've painted the silver. So it's got a silver line there. And when you put the silver on this bluey glaze, it comes out more matte than shiny, which is just very interesting. When I do it on the gold, the blue glaze on the gold shows up more shiny, but the silver on there doesn't show up as shiny. Where it does show up shiny is on a glaze like this. So here we have a lovely, I'm going to put that there for now so you can see, really shaped vase there going in, and then a really wide rim on it, but I've done it just really sort of like a wobbly vase, so it's not perfectly symmetrical in any way at all. I love this one. So it goes up at the side and then down a bit. Well, I'm saying the side, it depends. There's no front or side for the vase. And this one on the inside with the bright yellow is a deep purple glaze. So the yellow and the purple go really well together. And I've done a wide shiny rim of silver all around the edge there and around the top, which absolutely looks great. I love that one. I love them all. 2 to go. That's this one here. Again, I used the purple and the yellow because I thought that looked really nice, especially with the silver. But we've done a completely different shape vase again, and shaped up to the top there, and then the whole top bit there I've painted solidly in the silver, and then the inside is a bright yellow. So if that's in your room and you're looking in on it, you can just see the touch of yellow with the purple. Fabulous. And the last, but definitely not least, again, this is definitely one of my favourites. Not the Kintsugi style, it's just the glaze that I've used. And it's a shame that you're not seeing these properly, I have to say, because in real life, looking at this, I love it. So I'll show you the shape of the vase first of all. A sort of shorter shape there. It's not so tall, more stubby and wide. But with this one, it was again like the same as the rest of them. They're fired 3 times on 3 different temperatures over 3 different nights. But the base glaze that I used to glaze the vase, first of all, I just did that down roughly so far down, as you can see, the sort of bluey colour, or sort of, it's like a grey mottled blue. So I did that so far down, and then underneath of the vase I left as the raw base, the raw clay, and then fired it. So when it came out, the underneath had no glaze on it whatsoever. And then I went in with the gold, and the whole underneath of the vase is completely doused in the gold. And how that's come up, as I've touched it along the edge of the blue glaze, I don't know, you probably can't see it, but the base of the vase is just a matte gold colour. It's just very matte gold, and very, oops, where it touches, it's just gone into all the tissue. Oh, there it is. But where the gold reaches or meets the actual glaze itself, it's shiny where it's touching on the actual glaze there. You probably, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but just it's got a fine line of shiny gold and then all matte gold underneath. and it's really, really unusual, really, really organic looking, and I absolutely love that one. So there we are. Hopefully when I look this back on video, I might think actually it doesn't look too bad, and they do look in focus. Fingers crossed. So that is my next collection, as I say, all on my website now for sale. And I will be putting another one of this collection on at a later date when I get round to doing it. And I also have a complete different collection again, complete different style, complete different glazes. So a third collection will be going on at some point when I can get round to it. There are not enough hours in these days. Everybody, thank you so much for joining the family. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed looking at my new collection. As I said, that's only half of that style. I'll do another video or whatever at some point soon to show you the rest of that collection, and then I will do another video at some point, or a live stream if everyone would like that, of the completely new collection on top of this one. It's all go here at the Rich Miniatures Workshop. So hope you enjoy. Oh, and also I hope you enjoy looking at the website. I've changed things around. That's the wind blowing the door. I've moved a couple of things around in the shop, and I've designed it slightly differently again. It's all a brand new, it's my brand new baby on the internet. So there'll be hiccups here and there along the way. I'm sure one or two of you may see the odd thing that's not quite right, but it's all working. And the door's just open, but it's not a ghost, it's the wind. It's very windy out there today. Sunny, warm, but windy. Oh, and here comes Nigel. Hello. Come on. He's all purring. Oh, here he is. Hello, baby. I've just been talking to the family. Yes, I can hear you. What are you saying? Oh, no, really? Yeah, it's a bit windy for you as well, isn't it, little boy? So, anyway, I shall say cheerio for now. Let's put Nigel down here carefully. There you go, boy. And we'll speak to you again soon. I don't know what the next video will be. Everything just grows and evolves as it does. But we'll speak again soon. And please do let me know what you think of the of my website. If you think it looks grown up enough, you know me. Just have a look and see what you think. And if you'd like to buy something, all the better. Okay, until next time, please everybody take care. Lovely to speak to you again. See you soon.